equals 9 times 10 to the power of 2m, where m is an integer, that means it's a whole number. And we need to find in standard form an expression for the square root of x. Now it's useful, and we'll use it later, to remember that x square rooted is the same as raising x to the power of a half. So we've got the square root of x is the square root of 9 times 10 to the power of 2m, and we can, because there's a multiplication there, we can split that up into two different parts. We can square root 9 first and just multiply it by the answer of 10 to the power of 2m square rooted. But instead of using the square root sign now, I'm going to use this property here, which is 10 to the power of 2m to the power of a half. Now to make it clear that all of that's to the power of a half, I'm going to put it in brackets. And then we'll take it piece by piece. Square root of 9 is 3. So we've done half of it already. Now here, this is a case of index laws. When we have a base to a power and it's raised to another power, and we use brackets to indicate this, we actually multiply those two powers together. So we're going to calculate 2m times by a half, and that's just the same as halving it. So the half of 2m is just 1m. So actually this expression here will become 10 to the power of 1m, or 10 to the power of m, and that will be your final answer for part A. And for part B, we've got y equals 9 times 10 to the power of 2n, where n is again an integer. Find in standard form an expression for y to the power, I can't quite see that yet, I think that's 3 over 2, isn't it? Right, so we want to simplify this as much as possible as well. So again, we're going to split it into two parts. We're going to do y to the power of 3 over 2 is the same as square rooting y and then cubing your answer. And so we're going to put y to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to 9 to the power of 3 over 2 times by 10 to the power of 2n to the power of 3 over 2. So we're now going to figure out this first bit here. Now we already know that the square root of 9 is 3, and we just need to cube that answer. So 3 cubed would be 27. Here though, we're multiplying our powers by 3 over 2. So if we do 2n times 3 first, that will be 6n, and then if we divide by the 2, we'll get 3n. So that's 10 to the power of 3n. And all I did there was I times by 3 first, and then I divided by 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3n. So we're halfway there. However, this isn't in standard form, because for standard form we need the first number between 1 and 10. However, we've already got a few method marks already. We're getting 1 mark for the first bit of 9 to the power of 3 over 2 is 27. And we're also getting a method mark for the calculation of the index laws there. So the answer mark comes from this stage here. Because we want that to be 2.7 to make the first bit to be between 1 and 10, what we've done there is we've actually divided by 10. Now, we can't just divide our answer by 10 because it will make it smaller. So what we're actually going to do is times by 10 to balance things up. But when you're timesing by the same base, you're adding the power, and timesing by 10 to the power of 1 will add 1 to the power. So that's going to be 10 to the power of 3n plus 1. Because we're just adding 1 to the power of whatever 3n is. And that will give us our final third mark. 2.7 times 10 to the power of 3n plus 1.